Hey Patricia, it's been a long time since I've walked through this, and I'm actually kind of glad you asked the question because I'm going to have to recreate courses this time around. If you want to access my music lab, I put the hyperlink in the email that I'm also attaching this video link on YouTube to, but it's www.pearsonmylabandmastering.com/North America/MyMusicLab. And then when it says register right here, where it says need access, start here, you're going to click on educator. And then because you're doing this for the first time, you need to create or copy courses. Because you haven't done one before on here, you can create. And since you don't have an access code yet, you want to request access. And so what will happen is it'll say, hey, here's what you do. Before you do this, you need to read these terms. Yes. And then you fill out these. We are a four-year college or university. 28017. Now, it might not let me do all of this because I have existing access, so we'll see. So it might yell at me and it might do something a little different than what it will do for you. So for me, I'd put music education, P.O. box, whatever our P.O. box is, Boiling Springs, and then we've got Paul Etter, etc., etc. So you would go through, do all of these things. You want to put an instructor, that it's MyMusicLab, 3rd edition, and that it's a Pearson thing. We have adopted, and then yes, you can contact or no. And then after you submit your request, someone should contact you and let you know, because what will happen is that they'll give you an access code. They'll email you an access code that you can use. And then when you go to, yes, I have an access code, it'll give you all of this business here that says, okay, great. No one ever reads it. I wish that they would. But do you have an account? If you haven't used this before, then, you would say no. I do. So, I would have to put in yes, and then the access code will show up in your email. And if you want to make it easier, you can just cut and paste it into here, and then you click next, and it should help create the course. I think that is, yes, that's the question that you were asking about. Again, you don't have to use MyMusicLab if you don't want to, but there are some really neat features on it. One of the things that the kids really like is using the e-text. I know some kids that use it exclusively, and some of them because it can actually be read to them. I had some students with reading disabilities in a section, and they really liked the option of having the text read to them. Plus, then they get to click on some of those really neat musical examples that I've put into some of the PowerPoints, but they're like all over that digital text. So they're really neat. So it's actually a great thing to have to pull up into class. But yeah, that should help. And if it doesn't, for whatever reason, usually you can contact a Pearson rep. So if you find your representative, what it'll do, I'm not sure who our new representative is, because at one time it was a lady named Cheryl Jett, but I'm not sure that it is her anymore. I think she may have moved on to a different place. Oh no, it still is here. There she is. So Cheryl Jett, she has come in before actually and helped. Like I remember her working with Megan McCauley pretty closely. And she'll even come in and show your students how to get access to MyMusicLab, because I know a lot of them really have a lot of difficulty getting set up. I've had tons of students say, yeah, I've been on the phone with Pearson support and they're not really helping, and I'm kind of stuck in a rock and a hard place, which is why I moved away from using MyMusicLab as often as I did. But Cheryl is great. She will come in if you ask her, and if you even call her and ask about it, she can probably get you the access code with relative quickness. If I remember right, I think the process takes 24 to 48 hours, and then it'll let you know that you have access to those courses. So there you go.